where fans are filing into Alumni Stadium. They'll look between the field hockey lines, perhaps underneath the Musco lighting that's been imported in, and hope that there will be a party in the moons. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. So the Boston College Eagles offense takes the field to start this game off. Here he comes, and obviously defense is always going to be aware of a quarterback, but boy, he finds a way to put defenses on their heels all the time, David.
I mean, what can't he do? He's got the weapons, he's got the confidence, he's got the experience. Jesse, these kind of guys are so hard to defend.
You're right. They better be able to find a way to get pressure on him, because if they don't, this is going to be a long day.
An explosive play to start the drive, and they'll try to keep the D on its heels. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Fires to the big fella. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. A new set of downs after the completion. From the gun, running back gets the give. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. Off play action. Nice catch along the sideline and great effort to stay in bounds.
They pick up the first down on the drag route. Good job by the receiver knowing it was man coverage. If he's looking, he's booking. He gave his quarterback the eyes right away that says, hey, I'm not stopping. Put it out in front of me. I'm getting this.
And the pressure was in his grill in an eyelash.
Play-action pass success has a lot to do with selling that fake. You could tell defense was not buying it, got in the backfield, got the big play.
First down sack, pushes it back. Now it's 2nd down. Unloads quickly. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times he'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Boston College lining up to punt this one away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin them deep. Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. So Troy's offense has its first opportunity of the day. You know, yards figure to be hard to come by through the air, but some quarterbacks, Jesse, just love to go at the star corner.
Yeah, and this guy's got confidence. He's not afraid to go at anybody, but he better be careful because this cornerback is one of the best in the nation.
One of the best, no doubt. I think they will trust him on defense to make plays. So you got to make a decision. Is my guy good enough to beat him on the outside? I am fascinated by this matchup.
The give to the tailback. He'll push his way out to the 30, a pickup of 3. Really important for a ranked team going into a hostile environment like this one, not to give the underdog reason to believe.
Yes, reason to believe, and don't give the fans reason to get jacked up and excited. Come out early, be in a business mode mindset.
You got to start fast. You got to have a sense of urgency. You cannot come sleepwalking into an environment like this, because if you do and you make some mistakes, this crowd will pounce on you and seize momentum.
The Trojans will have it 1st and 10. The give. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on first down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, this defense felt coming into the game that if he was going to try to throw from the pocket, they could get to him and affect his accuracy, and they did on that last play.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up on the ground here. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the first down.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole, getting positive yards.
And the Trojans have their offense in high gear. Going up top on first down. And they got the defense on that one, and they get it to the 29-yard line. That completion delivers a first down. Leaves it with the back. Dropped after a pickup of 3 down to the 26.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
Fires to the right. And is knocked away and incomplete. The defensive back staying in phase and batting it away.
Well, it looked like that might be the first touchdown of the game, but what a great job by the defender, seeing the football and swatting it away.
They're close enough for a makeable field goal from the 26, but they'd love to convert this 3rd and long. Got his man on the right. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
On 4th down, looking to pass. He's right on target. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. They were easily within field goal range there, but they don't feel like you can win this game 3 points at a time.
No, pass. I mean, you got to be aggressive. You got to get touchdowns, man. You've seen the emphasis. Defenses are willing to give up yards now to make you kick field goals. I like this offense being aggressive. Forget the 3s. We need 6s.
Got stopped on 1st down. They'll try it again from the 2. Trying to punch it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Troy. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
And anytime you hit the quarterback, man, you make him think, you speed up the processor a little bit, and that's the 3rd on the day. This is a unit, actually, that does a good job of that. They're in the top 25 in the country at getting the quarterback on the ground.
And couldn't quite find the crevice he needed to pick up the first down. Boston College will send out the punt team. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. No fair catches here, looking for room. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stops. So, guys, we'll have another look at this Troy offense. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown. Everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Gets it out fast. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Troy! And the extra point makes it 14-0. Well, they didn't exactly milk the clock on that drive, did they? 2 plays and into the end zone for the touchdown. Just about set to kick it away.
Boston College, 0. Return runs out.
Time for one more snap keeping it on the ground with the single back. They make the stop, and that'll bring the first quarter to a close. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Troy is on top. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the first period as we look at the stats. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. Back to pass, it's Armour. They're bringing heat. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And that's the fourth sack this offensive line has given up today. And guess what? You thought they'd be better. Last week, they got their butts chewed out. 6 sacks they gave up. This week, on their way to doing it again, this offensive line has to step up.
Defense has been looking so good on this drive so far. They already set up 3rd and long, and now they take all the throws away down the field. Great job in coverage. Great job reading the QB's eyes. So there's nowhere for him to go with it. He's got to throw it away.
He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. Guys, the Troy offense returns to the field. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you wanted. I mean, offense is playing great. Defense is...
Makes the grab inside the 30. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
Man, this offense is so dangerous, Reese. They've got dudes all over the field that can make plays. There's a big gainer in the pass game.
You get a chunk of yards like that, now the defense is really on its heels. Tried to fight his way through that tackle, but he's brought down.
It's an offense that takes pride in being physical. They try to get it going on the ground, but no gain on that one.
Just nowhere to run, not a lot of wiggle room for the ball carrier.
This defense came in knowing that they had to match their physicality. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal. The Trojans have this offense rolling. With jet sweep pass. Into the hallelujah land. Touchdown Trojans. No midseason concentration laps here in week 7 as they push out that lead. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running, I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. They'll put the tight end in motion. The running back has it. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. Makes the stop at the 33, but it's a 15-yard gain.
All right, well, look, I know the defense was feeling real good about their run D coming into this one and how they've been playing up to this point, but finally, David, the offense breaks through and they finally generate something positive on the ground.
And I can't tell you how easy it is. When you're going to throw the ball consistently, and I know it, I'm going to pin my ears back, and I'm going to get to the quarterback. It makes life really easy on the defensive line. But when you can have balance, now the defense doesn't know what's coming. They need more of this if they're going to be successful on offense.
Back to pass, it's Armour. Throws for the tight end. Gets caught downfield. And he's brought down after a nice gain. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. Starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. Fires to the big fella.
I'll say this, man, in college football you see a lot of bad tackling. You didn't see it right there. That was an awesome job. First off, being there at the point of attack. Once the tight end made the catch, there was no doubt he was going down. Great job form tackling.
He wants to throw it again. Snags it over the middle. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. Boston College coming to the line after moving the chains. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They'll throw it on 1st down. Lets it fly. Hauls it in. Oh, he gave him the limp leg. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
Well, he was putting up big numbers coming into this one. We knew the quarterback was going to go his way early and often. And with that last catch, he's now got over 500 yards receiving on the year.
Keeping it on the ground on first and goal. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Keep pounding away at this defense and make them play the run. If you can get this many a chunk, they're going to have to commit more guys to the box.
And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Boston College. Follow the blockers. The offensive line will take you to the hallelujah land.
And I tell you what, most of the time, Reese, it requires a little bit of skill to find that hole and slither through a little crack. That was not a crack. That was wide open. Didn't take a lot of vision because the blocking was outstanding.
And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. So a scoring drive there of 83 yards, and they capped it off with a 1-yard plunge.
Boston College, 7.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Now the Trojan offense returns to the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out everybody right now on the same page.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding the ball so we can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Got it behind the line. It's Beckham. And there were no creases or crevices to run through, and they shove him out of bounds.
There were very big expectations surrounding this guy coming into the season. He's delivered week in, week out. With that last catch, he's now got over 1,000 yards receiving on the year.
As we reach the 2-minute warning, they'll need to try to get a stop to keep this thing from getting out of hand. Now on third down for this offense. Here's the handoff. Now they'll really try to get this drive going. Good execution on third down as they have it first and 10 at the 31. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Beckham. They make the stop right there. Good pickup. It's still short of the first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time. There's a difference between being methodical and thorough and slow. They were slow, and they got the flag. Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout. Got his man. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Unloads it left. Just too much mustard on that one. Can't miss the target that badly.
And sometimes you see great shooters, and they get on fire, and they just can't miss. And that's what this QB looks like the last couple of weeks, man. Just completion percentage through the roof, running the offense at an elite level. You can tell in complete control of this offense.
And the Trojans moving quickly to the line. Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. They're working that left side. And they stop him just short of the stick. It'll bring up a decision on fourth down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half.
Timeout, Boston College.
They'll pass on the 46-yard field goal attempt and go for it here. They're throwing for it on fourth down. Pass on the way. It's picked off. Didn't get a chance to show off those running skills, but he gives them the ball at the 29-yard line.
A lot of quarterbacks have so much confidence that they can fit the ball in tight windows. How about the defensive player right here making an unbelievable interception, forcing the turnover, big play, big momentum swing.
Wants to throw on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Ross. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer.
Slant routes, they're good against man coverage, but they're good against zone coverage too. If that receiver can find the soft spot between the linebacker and the DB, you'll take that throw all day.
Getting some heat. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it.
And how about this young fella? He's slinging the pill, man. His completion percentage is through the roof. Dude, he's over 80% right now. Everything he's throwing is working, using the whole field, using multiple receivers. He looks like a different cat from what we've seen all throughout the season.
And he intercepts it. Going the other way, and he's got room. He goes out of bounds, but he just about did it himself. What a return after the interception. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Going for 6. Touchdown, Trojans. And they take it in for 6 more points. And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. So here comes the kickoff after the touchdown, and the last thing you need right before the half is to give up a big return. Here's the return from inside his 10. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. And the offense will play it safe, take a knee, and head to halftime. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, you've been taking in some scene there today in Chestnut Hill.
Boston College ready to kick things off and start the second half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. He gets a block. Oh, what vision. And there he goes. He will score. Touchdown, Troy.
You know, we just went to half, and we drew up all these adjustments and things we got to do differently to take advantage. How about the special teams coming out to start the second half and setting the tone, taking the kick all the way back for 6. You don't draw it up any better than that.
College 7.
BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. Grind out and flanked him on the jet sweep. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. They've made third down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. Grabs it in the middle. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. BC back to work after picking up the first down. Looking to move it through the air. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They'll line up for a second down play.
Really good defense. You know, you're trying to stay as close as you can to all these targets, and most importantly, those open field tackles and getting them on the ground as soon as they catch it. That's a major deal for defenses, and that was a good example there of it.
See, they need more runs like that. It's been so few and far between. Defensively, they've been in position. They've been winning their one-on-one battles, getting off of blocks and rallying to the ball carrier. This defense has done a nice job slowing down the run game thus far.
Boston College lining up to punt this one away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. And they'll blow it dead around the 30-yard line. So, guys, we'll have another look at this Troy offense. They'll put the ball in play from their own 30-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down. Looking to the big tight end. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. Just gets rid of the football. Nobody to throw it to. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. On 2nd down, looking to throw. Zings it complete to the right. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. He leaves it with his back. They make the stop, give him 3 yards on the carry. Ball's at the 24.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. It's a draw. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening.
And nice job by the defense. A draw is kind of a trick, get you to run upfield, but they sniffed it out, did a great job. Stopped the play for no gain.
Throws to the tight end. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm. And they'll send out the field goal unit. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards away. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
The receiver on the jet sweep. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. To throw, it's Armour. Pocket starts to collapse. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. Boston College will send out the punt team. They've been busy out there to punt for the 5th time today. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. The offense lining up for a 1st down play. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Blasted as he lets it go. And the pass is intercepted. Didn't really get a chance to get started on that return, but he has set him up at the 41-yard line. 1st down for this offense. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Gets it out quickly.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him and get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. 3rd and short now from their own 48. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. They tried to go smash mouth on 3rd and short, and it did not work against this defense. Boston College lining up to punt this one away. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. Guys, the Troy offense returns to the field. Well, let's see if this drive goes better than the last one. They were in and out quickly after the quick pick, David.
Yeah, first play, big mistake, man. Now, let's get this offense in a little bit of a rhythm. Maybe before you open it up again, Palmer, or do you trust him right away?
He seems to me like the guy maybe that just needs to kind of get into the flow of the game. So maybe you get the running game going here and just give him some easy looks to let him get lathered up.
Still on the 35-yard line after that incompletion. Here comes 2nd and 10. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. The Trojans will try to pin them back with the punt. First time today we've seen a punter go to work. And the return man reaches the end of the line, and down he goes. BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to...
And the ball slipped out. Defense swarming on that loose ball. It'll be a turnover.
Ball security is so important. Turnovers lose you games, and this guy has put his team in some tough spots. He fumbled last week. He's fumbled again today.
He wastes no time and comes out throwing. And wings it incomplete.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you can tell he just missed a little bit off, and I guarantee he's tapping his helmet saying, hey, that's my bad.
Fires to the right. Makes the catch. And he is marked out of bounds after another big gain. This aerial attack has had no problem moving the ball with chunk plays. Try to barge their way in. Touchdown, Troy! And the stomping has commenced.
Number 27.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
That makes the score. Troy, 45. Boston College, 7.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They could make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute, and you've got to lock in.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. No, sirree, not this time. The defense was there and ready for that one. A 3rd and long coming up here. Looking for a man. It's Armour. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a 1st down for this offense.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That
Wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. The Golden Eagles have it with a 1st and 10. Wide receiver coming across in motion. They want the edge on the jet sweep. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
This has got to be disappointing if you're the offense, guys. You were expecting to have a lot of success running the ball, especially against this defense, which has struggled so much this season, but just nothing doing. They have not been good enough in the trenches so far.
And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. Here on 3rd down. We've reached the end of the quarter, and Troy is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. Now facing a third down as they line up after the break. He's looking downfield to throw. Unloads to the wideout. He's got it. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs. And the Golden Eagles are moving quickly down the field. He's going to pass. Unloads to the right. He's got it. Makes the grab and knock down, and he's got it at the 25-yard line. Let's see if they can put the defense on its heels on 1st and 10. Single back formation, and they give it to it. Blast his way ahead, but not much room. A pickup of 1 to the 24. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Off the RPO, complete. They're able to get him stopped just shy of the 1st down marker.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too, but don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
It's 4th down, and they'll try the field goal. He'll line it up from 34 yards out. Smashes it between the uprights. Let's not say they cut into the deficit with the field goal. Maybe just, tweaked a little bit of it away with their fingernail. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Now the Trojan offense returns to the field. Line gets set, 1st down. Looking to throw, it's Salazar. Moving away from pressure. He'll pull it down. Snags it on the right. And he's running in the open. Touchdown, Trojans! And the beatdown has ensued. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue. And the extra point was good to finish things off. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
52, Boston College, 10.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Boston College sending the offense back onto the field. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David.
Fires the pass, intercepted. Trying to take it back. Not only a great play, but tremendous discipline by this sophomore to make the pick. A 1st down for the offense. They go to the ground. And he's a real nowhere man tackled in this no-gain land. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. The hand to the running back. They get him on the ground. He picked up about 4 yards, and the ball spotted at the 10. Boy, they'd love to move the sticks here and take a shot at it on 1st and goal. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Touchdown, Trojans! And the route is on. That score will give them a little more room to operate here in the 4th quarter as they go for their 6th straight win. And the extra point splits the uprights. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown.
Boston College, 10.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. BC has it back, and the Eagle offense returns to the field. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it's...
And he is snowed under, sacked at the 7.
Well, this defense thought coming into this one they could get after the quarterback, but I'm not sure, guys, if they thought they'd have this much success. Everything they've dialed up has gotten home. They've got 6 sacks in this game.
Throws to the wideout. Makes a connection.
When you're throwing these comeback routes, man, the timing has got to be so good between the two of them because you know the ball is going to be in the air a long time. You can't throw it late. It's going to get picked. That time, really...
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. Boston College will send out the punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Makes a move. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. So guys, we'll have another look at this Troy offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground, trying to milk the clock. Just a solid stop by this sophomore.
This offensive line better figure out a plan for this deep tackle. He is tough to block with one guy. You might want to start double teaming him. He's going to be a problem moving forward. You saw all of his ability on that last play.
Looking for a man, it's Salazar. And the defense gets to the quarterback.
And that is your job. The O-line has to protect their quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. You got to make sure you keep him upright. You got to do it.
And he loses the ball deep in his own end.
And that was almost a huge mistake by special teams. On the punt return, fumbling the football. They are so lucky that they jumped on that ball and that their offense is now going to take the field because that could have been disastrous.
BC has the ball back, hoping for a party in the mods. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
How about the difference a week makes for this QB? Last week, man, the completion percentage way down. Just wasn't consistent, wasn't in good rhythm. Right now, looks like he's in total control, and this offense is moving at a way better pace. Looks like a completely different team from last week.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
He's got an open man. Gets it to the 42-yard line, and that's a first down. Boston College coming to the line after moving the chains. They're going to throw it again. Quickly complete. He's run out of bounds, but not before turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Trying to find his man on first down. Grabbed behind the line. It's Averill. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there.
And this offense is going to have to find more explosive plays. And it can't just rely on the dink and dunk. It's going to have to find itself and score more points. Listen, they got beat up today. But moving on in the future, they've got some good pieces. They got to find the way.
Running toward the tape. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. First and goal from the 8.
And this offense has got to kick it in high gear now. Making a big play, that is great, but we got to go up-tempo. We got to go fast. We're trailing big in this ball game. We got to put a lot of drives together and maybe even get lucky with an onside kick.
Awesome body control and great job, too, knowing where he is on the field to make sure he got his feet down in bounds. At this point, this guy's been open all over the field, and if I'm the QB, man, I keep throwing him the ball.
It falls incomplete. He was trying to find his man for 6. About to have the 9th snap on this drive. You don't want to settle for a field goal. Looking to throw on 3rd and goal. Fires into the end zone. And it's caught for a touchdown. They're going to play this one through to the end, but this is pretty much window dressing.
Hey, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Guys, the Troy offense returns to the field. They're in command of this game. Now let's see if they try to rub a little salt in the wound or happy with getting the W.
Yeah, and listen, this makes the post-game handshake fun sometimes. If you do choose to rub a little salt in it and keep chugging and keep scoring, I'm here for it, Jesse. Like, your job is to score points. It's my job to stop it. Keep the foot to the accelerator. Keep trying to play ball.
I agree 1,000%. That's like Steve Spurrier back in the day when I was playing for the Gators. You go and play for him because you want the opportunity to throw the ball. So when you get in the game...
He's going up top. And he reels it in inside the 30. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Seven is the lucky and skilled number for this squad as they've made it to this point in the season, and they are still perfect.
Still perfect, and they're cooking. You can tell they got some momentum, you know.